What is up, guys? German Muscle back with another video. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to get this light right here to go off. It's for the brake pads. It's brake pad sensor. Usually when your brake pads go low, that's what triggers that light to come on. But my brake pads are good and the light's still on. Most of you guys might have this light on in your car. The brake light is for the e-brake. Seatbelt lights because I don't have my seatbelt on, but this right here is for the brake pads, indicating that the brake pads are low. They're not, so I'm going to try to attempt to get that light off. I showed you guys how to get the airbag light off. Next thing, I'll probably show you guys how to get this tire pressures light off. So, and then this light right here, that light needs to stay off for good. I'd rather have this light off than all the other ones though. So anyways, I'm going to show you guys videos on how to get all these lights to go off besides the e-brake, or besides the brake light and the seatbelt light, because you know those are on because of the brakes and stuff, the e-brake and all that. But anyway, so I'm going to show you guys how to get this light off real quick. And if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And Merry Christmas to everybody. Today's Jesus' birthday, so make sure you wish Jesus a happy birthday. And let's get started. Alright guys, so the first thing you want to do, jack the car up, take the wheel off. I'll try to get the wheel off now. It's off. That was some magic. Alright guys, so oh wow. Okay guys, so I wasn't expecting this right here. This right here is actually supposed to go inside of here towards the brake pad and rotor. My brake pads do need to be replaced, but the sensor does not work. I'm starting to think the previous owner was a teenager or somebody that tries to rig everything. Who does this? Anyways guys, after you get the wire, wherever it just went, after you guys get the wire off of here, so usually it plugs on here like this, and then this wire right here comes down and it clips into your rotor somewhere. And then you have a clip back here that should just push out. Yep. And then there's a box back here. Open up this box, and it's the black one. Pull it out, and should unclip right here. Alright guys, so it literally just pulls apart. I don't think there's any clips. I just pulled mine straight out. So then there's another clip right here. You just pull it out. Pull it out like that. Then the whole wire should be off. Now what you want to do is replace this wire. Not sure how much it really is. Probably around 10 bucks or so. But I got a solution. Alright guys, here's the solution. I already know now I'm going to get a bunch of nasty comments, but it works. Hopefully it works. So like I said, these right here, I'm not sure on the price. I think they're around $10, 10, 15, 20 bucks at the auto store. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I just really want to try to see if this method works. So, let's give it a shot real quick. Alright guys, so I got it in there. I wouldn't advise using this type of wire. If you guys can, just like get like a single strand of copper wire that's like really like tough, because this stuff is like really flimsy. And I basically had to like pull the wires apart just to make it skinnier so it would fit in there. And yeah, so all you have to do is just stick them right into the connections. This side right here has like prongs on it. You guys can see down in there. These little things sticking up in the middle, those are prongs. And that's what sticks inside of where I got the wires at. So this right here should tell the light that that this wire is good. So let's go find out. So it does take a little while for that light to go off. It's got to go through the circuit and get read through the computer. So it should go off. If this works, it should go off. Anytime now. Alright guys, so I start the car up. I'm going to let it run. The light still hasn't gone off yet, but there's another sensor that's in the rear passenger side. There's also another wire that goes bad, but usually it's the front one. So I'm going to give this a few more minutes. If it doesn't go off, then I'm going to put the wheel back on and try the back one. Alright, so the wire actually wasn't pushed out all the way. It kind of came out. But turn the car back on. Hopefully it goes off. Like I said, you guys have to have like a really like stiff wire. Like one strand of copper wire would work. I think any kind of wire would work really, as long as it's like stiff, because the weak flimsy stuff, it does not work. This should go off any minute now. I know my oil light keeps coming on. I'm gonna turn the camera off and I'll turn it back on when the light goes off. Alright guys, so this wire right here just isn't cutting it. It's like really thin, flimsy. So I got a solution. I got this wire right here. It's like a little bit stronger and it's a lot skinnier. So I need to finish wiring it up and stick it in there. Alright guys, so if you can see it, it's in there. Got it in there as far as I can get it to go until it started to bend. So let's go find out if it works. Alright guys, so it wasn't the front wheel. I actually took the piece off that plugs in to the connector that I was trying to rig up. I cut that piece off. This piece goes in the rotor, this piece goes in the clip. I cut that off and hardwired it to the wire that I was trying to stick in there. So I got that all back together. But what I found is this one right here is actually cut. So I'm going to try and rewire this, and hopefully that solves the problem. Alright guys, so I got this wired up. There is a certain way that it gets wired. There's like a copper color, and then there's like a regular colored wire, like a chromish color. So make sure you wire them up right. I'm gonna see if this works. Hopefully it does. That piece is clipped in there. Alright guys, so apparently that didn't work either. The car's been running for a couple minutes now. There is another junction box I found on the forums that I was reading on. Said that there's only one there's two junction boxes. One's on the front, which I already took that off and figured that out. That's not the problem. Then there was supposed to be another one on the back, on the passenger side in the back. There's not one there, but I did rewire these wires together the way that they're supposed to be. But I did find a junction box. There's actually two of them in the front. You got one on both sides of the car. So I'm going to put the other wheel back on and see if I'm going to take the front wheel off and see if that's the problem. If not, then this video is a bust. And I don't really like putting out, you know, false content. So if you guys are having this problem, hopefully this works. Like, hopefully I can figure out what the problem is and fix it, so you guys know what to do. So the first one was a bust. The second one needed to be rewired. It got rewired. Still having the same problem, so I'm going to check the front. Hopefully the guy that had this car before me is watching this video. You're an idiot. I know it's Christmas, but I just want you to know that you don't need to be working on cars if you don't know what you're doing, because you know, people like me that actually, you know, want to try to keep the car and try to fix the car, we gotta run through loops and stuff because we don't know what you took apart. So anyway, if you're watching, you know, stay away from cars. The next car you get, have a professional do it, or a mechanic or whatever. Don't try to take the stuff apart yourself, because obviously you don't know what you're doing. But anyways, Merry Christmas. Alright guys, so I figured before I go to the front tire, figured I'd show you guys. The guy actually had the wire zip tied to the bleeder valve. So I took it off and was trying to figure out why. Come to find out, this does not want to stay in its hole. I'm guessing this entire wire is junk. These things do go bad, they're the sensors. So I'm gonna go and order some. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get the light to go off in this video. If I can't, then you guys will know why. Also, see this right here? This is a zip tie. Now, there's so many ways that this can be fixed, and the guy uses a zip tie on it and didn't even do it proper. So that's another thing I gotta fix, but it's all right because I'll fix it and I'll get it done the right way. I'll probably put a new one on there. Quick tip, guys: if you guys get a car, especially a car like this, make sure you check everywhere. Make sure you get like a code reader, find out what all the codes are, why you have so many lights on. I think this guy might have been a farmer before me, because there was a bunch of straw and hay in there. So yeah, just make sure that you guys get the car checked out by a professional or something like that, so you don't have to waste your time on Christmas messing with this stuff. Alright guys, so I know this video is going a little off course. I should have had this done by now, but there's you know, people don't know what the hell they're doing with cars, so they just try to rig everything up and they mess everything up. So anyway, so I'm back here and I'm wondering why all this is broke. I noticed this before, but I never really thought nothing about it because it is the wheel well. It does take a lot of weathering, but found something out. So if you pull this out of the way, actually right here, if you guys can see this right here, this rusted spot, it's actually a hole and it's actually smushed in. So if anybody that has an 02 325i BMW, and I just want to figure out what this is from, because it looks like this is supposed to be like pulled out this way and like flat. There's a hole right here, I'm guessing for like a bolt or something, and you guys can see it's like completely smashed in right there. I don't know if this car's been in a wreck before. It does have a clean, clear title, but this side, like I said in previous videos, I think it was a video where I said my wheel almost fell off. I get like a lot of high vibration back here, and you guys can look and see that the threads, the metal is actually coming off the threads. These are brand new, like legitly like a couple months old, like 2 months old, and yeah. So if anybody knows what is going on with this, comment down below. I'm gonna try to get this stuff put back together and see what, you know, what I can do about the light. You guys want to see how cool BMW is? Check this out. The lug nuts all the way tightened up, right? It gets hard to turn, then loose. This one does the same thing. Same thing. So, previous owner snapped off the stud in here, so I only have 2 studs that tighten up. This one's really tight. This one down here is really tight. So, that might be the reason for my